The new Ryobi 18V brushless jigsaw. Is it going to offer you all the features that you want, or do you just need more power? What's all included here? We're going to take a deep dive, look at this guy, show you what power it does have, talk a little bit about the batteries and different things like that. But we're going to kind of go through this together, and I'm going to allow you to take your own personal experiences, apply it to this video, and decide if this tool's right for you. Stick with us. As a jigsaw, we have a pretty basic design, very comfortable. We're getting to a little bit more of a softer rubber overmold. We have different rubber overmold places, so we can set this down, at least on the front of the tool. If we set it down on the side, we're still going to be setting it down on the battery, but it's there, right? We do have an adjustable base, and it is labeled on the back 15 degrees, 30 degrees, and 45. Now we do have detents at 45. You're going to have pretty good eyesight to see the other lines in the little arrow that's back there. In fact, I cannot get the camera to pick it up, so I'm just going to put in a picture to show you. This stuff is nice to have, and it probably can be accurate as long as you have good enough eyesight for it. You do have a Nomar shoe on the bottom. You can remove that. This is a cast base. This goes on easily, comes off easily, but it's going to stay in place. There's no doubt about that. You can get in guide as an aftermarket. So it would screw in here or here on this side. This is reminiscent of some of the other TTI styled jigsaws where they had a dust collection system that would slide in here. I'm unsure if that's actually going to work, but I can tell you that there's enough air force coming out here to blow away the dust that I'm unsure if the vacuum would be able to pull that all back in, and there is no guard that would go over top of this or any way to adjust the amount of airflow for the dust blowing away. This little lever here is an adjustable orbital setting. You have 4 different settings, and we'll go over that and show you how they work. On top here, you have a trigger that is pure Ryobi. Unfortunately, I would have hoped they would have done something better with this trigger, but maybe you can hear it. It's got a crisp break, very heavy break, but then it's not very pleasing to say. This is a lock, so if you pull everything up, push the lock, it will stay running. The good news on this is that they have a nice way of adjusting the speed, and we can go from 800 to 3,400 strokes per minute with a 1-inch stroke just by using this in adjusting it. And it's close, it's nice, it's upwards with your thumb. So it's variable. I like it. It's in a place that you can get at, so I think that is a big plus. Now, this is your blade removal and quick attach. Now we'll just take one of these Lennox blades here, attach this guy in, and it's in place. We can see that it adjusts with that orbital forward and back. Now if we want to take this blade out, we just pull this and it'll kind of give it a pop out. Now, interestingly enough, if you were to use this like a normal jigsaw and hang on to the blade, you push this guy up, go to pull this blade out, it sticks. Most of the time, you won't be able to pull the blade out. That time it came, but it'll stick, and then you'll have to let it down and then pull the blade out. So if anything ever happens to your blade in there, or you don't just let it pop itself out, it feels a little awkward pulling the blade out. Not a big deal until something gets stuck. Most of the time, this blade's gonna be hot. Someone's just gonna do that. Life is great. So as far as features and how you're gonna hold this, you know, there's no airflow coming out where you wanna put your hands. You can put things in a lot of different areas. So that's really nice. In adjusting things is all pretty easy. Let's just see how it works, and let's first start out with a power test. And we're using, as recommended, this 4 amp hour battery that is a high performance battery. But when we look in the back, you'll notice we only have 2 connections here. We do not have the extra ones up front or anything in back. So this is a 2 connection brushless unit. All right, we have a pretty aggressive wood blade on here. We're just gonna crank this all the way up so we have 3,400 strokes per minute. We have a fully charged 4 amp hour high performance battery. Let's just see how it rips through some 2x-dimensional lumber. I was applying quite a bit of force to keep that going forward, which wouldn't be something I would do with a normal jigsaw, but let's try this out with the orbital mode. Obviously that's on orbital number 3, which would be as much orbit as it can get. That's definitely a big difference. Let's just drop down to 1. There's no doubt a huge difference. Go to 2. Big again. Here's 3. So if you're looking for quick cutting, getting one of these jigsaws with an orbital mode or an adjustable mode here for your orbit is well worth it, because you definitely do not want to have the orbit on when you're cutting any sort of metal. Pop a different blade on here that's meant for a little bit more of scroll saw work. Again, everything's going to be the same. Orbit's going to be off. We're going to probably slow this down to halfway and see how we can do some turns, because let's face it, nobody is going to buy a jigsaw just to cut straight. Nice, easy to control, it's easy to hang on to. This is fairly thin wood. We got a good cut here, but that's going to be more based on the blade than anything else. It seems to work well. It feels a little heavy for this style of work, especially when you're holding everything up. But the reality is, this is more of, I believe, a power type issue where I don't know that this is fully meant for scroll saw work. I'd rather have something a little bit smaller if I was doing a lot of this scroll work, and maybe a barrel grip. So I have a piece of pine here, and I have a Bosch blade that cuts on the downward stroke rather than the upstroke. So this is supposed to give us a little bit cleaner cut as we go through here. I want to watch for any dust that might get in the way, although since it's pushing down, it's not going to leave a lot, but we're just going to see what everything looks like. Very, very, very clean as we went through there. And this blade is what's giving us a really nice cut. Not really any deflection as we go through there, which is nice. Maybe a touch as we start the turn and come back. Not as much as you might expect for the design that's here. Let's just cut this guy straight, see what happens. Love that clean cut. All right, we have a Lennox blade on for medium metal. This isn't very thick, but let's just see what it does. Not bad. All right, here's my take on this guy top to bottom. For a higher powered jigsaw that's going to be more of a D handle, it works great. I do like the fact that I have a speed adjustment that's up front that I can reach with my thumb. Now granted, I have larger hands, so it might be harder for someone to push that all the way forward without moving their hand a little bit. Not a big deal. I do like the lock on if you're going to use that for some portion of your work. It's there. It's nice to see that you have rubber to set this guy down on. I like that a lot, although when I set it down, the front part of the shoe is on the workpiece and so is the battery. So it would be nice to see if they're going to protect this area, put a little piece behind the battery and bump this out a little bit more so other pieces aren't touching. I like the LED light that's up front. That works good. There's enough airflow coming out of the motor to blow away the dust, which is great. And that brings me to the next con. There is really no dust collection here. So if you wanted to use this with a vacuum, at this point in time, I do not know how you could use it with a vacuum. And there are so many others out on the market that have all the covers in place so you can get a real dust-free work environment. So if you're looking for that, this isn't the one for you. The grip is good. I like that the Ryobi is going to more of this black grip for their higher end tools. It's definitely less plasticky than their other models. Unfortunately, this trigger hasn't changed from their lesser models, and I would like to see that just be a little less. The creep doesn't bother me. It's everything from when the trigger's, it's crisp pull, but then from there, it's just so, there's a lot of pull to it, and that could be improved. I wish this had more connections to use with the HP batteries. I feel like I'm spending my money to get the higher end Ryobi batteries, but then some of the tools are just like, we don't need it. Just give me that warm and fuzzy feeling and let me know that the tool might be communicating more with the battery or whatever happens there. That's all. It's just a feeling. Orbital modes on this, excellent. If you want high speed cutting, you're in business. As far as blade changes go, I like when some of the stuff just pops out, because if it's hot, you don't have to mess with gloves or anything else. You just, click it, pops out, life's good. If you're in that situation where something gets caught, bent, anything else, and it doesn't pop out, then you're going to fight this a little bit more than you might some other tools. Blade deflection was pretty good considering what we have here. And realistically, there's so many other TTI models out like this that I think they've kind of corrected a lot of that blade deflection. And there's no doubt there's some great ones out on the market. We'll leave it at that. With that said, your bevel adjustments, they work great. They feel sloppy when you first get into them, but as soon as you start to tighten up, everything pulls in and gives you a real solid base. Even if you're not at 0 and you're at 45 or you want to go to 15, everything's good there. As I said, you need great eyes to get in there. Overall, if you're just looking for something that's got a lot of power compared to maybe some of the other ones, this hits it. If you're looking for one that's super feature rich in this is mediocre. You're gonna have to step up to a little bit more professional model to get some of the better features and especially that dust collection. I think Ryobi had a chance here to include dust collection with this model. Flat out. It's nice and small, it's compact, it's ready to go, it's got some good power. A little bit of dust collection here, and a lot of people would have been thrilled. So I'm not saying this tool didn't hit the mark. I just look at some of the HP tools and go, okay, we're getting into high-end DIY stuff where some of these guys might want to get into what professional people are doing, but still stay on the DIY side. And if I'm gonna be there and I've got all this money wrapped up into tools and I'm really trying to do a great job on something and I wanna have dust collection while I'm woodworking, wouldn't it be nice just to throw it on here? It can't be that bad. Just saying. So I doubt Ryobi watches my videos, but if they do, you know, I think some of these high-end DIY guys still want to be up where the professionals are, but don't want to spend the professional money for the tools, but they still want to do everything they can do. And I don't know that it would have taken too much more to incorporate a little bit of dust collection in here. That's my take. Other than that, if you guys are looking at it and you have other questions, feel free to ask me them below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Give us a like in this video, and as always, have a great day.